Blake Tollison Shelton is an American country music singer and television personality. In 2001, he made his debut with the single Austin. The lead-off single from his self-titled debut album, Austin spent 5 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. The gold-certified debut album also produced 2 more top 20 hits. Although the album was released on Giant Records Nashville, he was transferred to Warner Bros. Records Nashville after Giant closed in late 2001. His second and third albums, 2003's The Dreamer and 2004's Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill, were each certified gold as well. His fourth album, Pure BS, was reissued in 2008 with a cover of Michael Bublé copyright's pop hit Home as one of the bonus tracks. A fifth album, Startin Fires, was released in November 2008. It was followed by the extended plays Hillbilly Bone and All About Tonight in 2010, and the albums Red River Blue in 2011 and Based on a True Story in 2013. Overall, Blake Shelton has charted 24 country singles, including 11 #1s. He has been nominated 5 times for a Grammy Award. Shelton is also known for his role as a judge on the televised singing competitions Nashville Star, Clash of the Choirs, and The Voice. He has been on The Voice since its inception, and 3 out of the 6 seasons his teams have won. He is the husband of country singer Miranda Lambert. Early life, Shelton was born in Ada, Oklahoma, to father Richard, a used car dealer, and mother Dorothy, a beauty salon owner. He began singing at an early age and by age 12 had learned to play guitar. By age 15, Shelton had written his first song. By age 16, Shelton had received a Denver Diamond Award in his home state. On November 13, 1990, his older brother Richie, who was 24 at the time, died in a car accident. He has an older sister, Andy. At age 17, he moved to Nashville, Tennessee, to pursue a singing career. Shelton made the move to Nashville, Tennessee very soon after finishing high school. In Nashville, he got a job at a music publishing company and in 1997 was aided by Bobby Braddock to get a production contract with Sony Music. Musical career 2001 to 2006, beginnings. After several years in Nashville, he signed to Giant Records in 2001. In 2001, he was slated to release a song entitled I Wanna Talk About Me as a single. Staff at the label considered the song unsuitable for a lead-off single, however, and the song was eventually recorded by Toby Keith, whose version was a #1 single. Instead, Giant released Austin as Shelton's debut single. Shortly after its release, Giant Records was closed, and Shelton was transferred to parent company Warner Bros. Records. Austin went on to spend 5 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles and Tracks charts. Warner released his self-titled debut album, which was produced by songwriter Bobby Braddock. It also produced the top 20 hits All Over Me, which Shelton co-wrote with Earl Thomas Conley and Mike Pyle, and All Red. Although Shelton's rendition of All Red was not a major radio hit, he considers it his signature song, and it has become popular in concert. Blake Shelton received a gold certification from the Recording Industry Association of America for shipments of 500,000 copies. Blake Shelton received a positive review from Maria Konecki-Dinoya of AllMusic, who called Austin tremendously imaginative, and praised Shelton for including songs written by Braddock and Conley. Country Standard Time was less favorable, with Scott Homewood saying that its album just smacks of being assembled with the intent on capturing the burgeoning alternative country market. Shelton's second album, The Dreamer, was first released on February 4, 2003, on Warner Bros. Records. Its lead-off single, The Baby, reached #1 on the country charts, holding the position for 3 weeks. Although the second and third singles only reached number 32 and No. 24, The Dreamer earned gold certification as well. He, along with Andy Griggs and Montgomery Gentry, sang guest vocals on Tracy Byrd's mid-2003 single The Truth About Men. Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill was the title of Shelton's third studio album, released in 2004. Its lead-off single, the Harley Allen co-write, When Somebody Knows You That Well, peaked at number 37 on the country charts, while the follow-up Some Beach became his third number one hit, holding that position for 4 weeks. It was followed by a cover of Conway Twitty's 1988 single Goodbye Time. Both this cover and its follow-up, Nobody But Me, reached top 10 for Shelton as well. As with his first 2 albums, Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill was certified gold. Accompanying the album's release was a video collection entitled Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill, a video collection. On December 18, 2005, several of Shelton's songs, including Nobody But Me, appeared on the TV movie The Christmas Blessing, starring Neil Patrick Harris, Rebecca Gayart, Angus T. Jones, and Rob Lowe. Shelton had a small role at the end of the movie, playing himself at a benefit concert, singing Nobody But Me. 2006 Euro 2011, Pure BS and Startin Fires, Shelton issued his 4th studio album, Pure BS, in early 2007. Unlike with his first 3 albums, which were produced entirely by Bobby Braddock, Shelton worked with Braddock, Brent Rowan, and Paul Worley as producers for this album. Its first 2 singles Euro Don't Make Me, and The More I Drink Euro were both top 20 hits on the country charts, respectively reaching number 12 and No. 19. Also in late 2007, Shelton made appearances on television shows, first as a judge on the talent competition Nashville Star, and later on Clash of the Choirs. Pure BS was re-released in 2008 with 3 bonus tracks, including a cover of Michael Bublé Copyright's hit single Home. This cover, released in early 2008 as the album's 3rd single, became his 4th number one hit in July. Home was followed in August 2008 by the single She Wouldn't Be Gone, his 14th chart entry and his 5th number one hit. It was the first time in his career that he had 2 consecutive number ones. She Wouldn't Be Gone is the lead-off to Shelton's 5th studio album, Startin Fires, which has also produced the single I'll Just Hold On. This album also includes Bearskin Rug, a duet with Lambert. It was produced by Scott Hendricks, except for one track which was produced by Brent Rowan, and another was produced by Braddock. After I'll Just Hold On fell off the chart in October 2009, Blake Shelton released a duet with Trace Adkins titled Hillbilly Bone. It was the lead-off single on Shelton's EP, Hillbilly Bone, released on March 2, 2010 through Reprise Records Nashville. After Hillbilly Bone reached number 1 in February, came the August release of All About Tonight, the lead-off single to his EP of the same name. In September, he released the 2nd single from All About Tonight, Who Are You When I'm Not Looking, his 18th single release. He released his first greatest hits album, Loaded, the best of Blake Shelton in November 2010. Shelton was invited to join the Grand Ole Opry during the September 28, 2010 Country Comes Home concert celebrating reopening of the Grand Ole Opry House after the Cumberland River flooded the Opry House in May 2010. The formal invitation was extended on his Twitter account and was announced by Opry star Trace Adkins. He was formally inducted by Adkins at the Saturday, October 23, 2010 Opry performance. Shelton recorded the title track for the remake of Footloose released on October 14, 2011. Shelton appeared on the 44th Annual Country Music Awards on November 10, 2010 where he performed All About Tonight, and won Male Vocalist of the Year. In 2011, Shelton started working as a judge coach to singers on the NBC reality television series The Voice. 2011 Euro 2012, Red River Blue and Cheers, It's Christmas. Blake Shelton released the album Red River Blue on July 12, 2011, led by the single, Honey Bee. The song received 138,000 downloads in its first week and was certified gold in its 7th week, setting a new record for the fastest gold certification by a male country singer. On June 13, 2011, in its 10th chart week, Honey Bee went to No. 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, becoming his 9th No. 1 and his fastest climbing. The album was expected to debut at No. 1 on the Billboard 200 with around 110,000 copies sold. God Gave Me You, a cover of a Dave Barnes song, was the album's 2nd single. It also reached No. 1. Drink on It, the 5th song on the album, hit no A1 in April 2012, giving him his 11th number A1 song. On April 30, 2012, Blake performed over on the semi-finals of the second season of The Voice. A Euro OE over a Euro became Shelton's 7th consecutive number one and his 12th number one hit to date. Blake Shelton is a coach on the NBC show The Voice. In Season 1, his finalist Di Frampton came in second. Frampton recorded a track with Shelton titled "Oh Well" on her album Red, released December 6, 2011. Shelton returned for a second season of the show with his finalist Jermaine Paul as the champion. In Season 3 of The Voice, Shelton, a Euro unregistered trademark ST member, Cassidy Pope, was declared the winner with other Team Blake contestant Terry McDermott finishing as runner-up. Blake Shelton took the stage with Miranda Lambert at Super Bowl XLVI in February 2012 to open the event by singing a duet version of a Euro OE America the Beautiful a Euro. It marked their first TV performance since their headlining nuptials in May 2011. In October 2012, Shelton released his first Christmas album, Cheers, It's Christmas, which peaked at number 1 and number 2 respectively on Billboard's Top Holiday Albums and Top Country Albums charts. Blake Shelton appears on fellow voice coach Christina Aguilera's album Lotus on the song Just a Fool. 2013 A Euro present, based on a true story a Euro, shortly after midnight on New Year's Day 2013, Shelton premiered a new single entitled Should Be Cool If You Did, which was released to iTunes on January 8 and reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs and Country Airplay chart in 2013. His 8th studio album, based on a true story a Euro, was released on March 26, 2013 and debuted at number 1 on the country chart and number 3 on the all-genre chart by selling a career-best nearly 200,000 copies. The album's second single, Boys Round Here, released to country radio in 2013 and also reached number 1 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart. The album's third single, Mine Would Be You, was released to country radio on July 22, 2013 and reached number 1 on the Country Airplay chart in November 2013. Mine Would Be You became Shelton's 10th consecutive number 1 single, tying him with the record set by Brad Paisley in 2009. With the release of the album's fourth single, Doin' What She Likes, Shelton achieved his 11th consecutive number 1 single, thus breaking the tie. Blake Shelton received the Gene Wheat Special Achievement Award for his role as a coach on The Voice at the 48th Academy of Country Music Awards in 2013. Shelton supported Based on a True Story a Euro on his 10 Times Crazier tour, which began on July 19, 2013 and ended on October 5, 2013. On Season 4 of The Voice, he became a winning coach for the third consecutive time with team members Danielle Bradbury as the winner and the Swan Brothers in third place. Healing in the Heartland, Blake Shelton and NBC put together the Healing in the Heartland Relief Benefit Concert, which aired on May 29, 2013 that included some of Oklahoma's superstar talent, to raise money for the victims of the tornado of May 20, 2013. Shelton was joined on stage by Usher, one of his fellow judges on The Voice, to perform the song Home, asking the audience, "Man, is there anyone in the world cooler than Usher?" And a list of performers: Oklahoma country music stars Miranda Lambert, Shelton's wife; Reba McEntire; Vince Gill; Luke Bryan; Joe Don Rooney, a pitcher native with Rascal Flatts; and Ryan Tedder of One Republic. After the massive storm ripped through the Moore, Oklahoma area on May 20, killing 24 people and leaving thousands of homes damaged, Shelton decided to use his voice a Euro, and his Rolodex of A-list music stars a Euro to help raise money for relief and recovery efforts. The one-hour concert was aired live on NBC from Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. All proceeds benefit the United Way of Central Oklahoma's Tornado Relief Fund. Healing in the Heartland raised over $6 million for a local Oklahoma City chapter of the United Way. Personal life: Shelton married longtime girlfriend Canette Gurn on November 17, 2003. They divorced in 2006. In 2005, Shelton met fellow country singer Miranda Lambert at the CMT's 100 Greatest Duets concert. Lambert also sang background vocals on his cover of Michael Bublé copyrighted song, Home, which became a #1 single on the Hot Country Songs chart. On May 9, 2010, after dating for 4 years, Shelton proposed to Miranda, after seeking her father's blessing. Shelton and Lambert were married on May 14, 2011, at Don Strange Ranch in Boerne, Texas. 550 people were in attendance, including many celebrities, such as Reba McEntire, CeeLo Green, Martina McBride, Kelly Clarkson, Dierks Bentley, Charles Kelly, Trace Atkins and the Bellamy Brothers. After the wedding, Shelton expressed his joy stating, "I wanted to be married to Miranda the day I proposed. Finally, it's official." Blake and Miranda reside in the small town of Tishomingo, Oklahoma, which is located in the Texoma area. On January 17, 2012, Shelton's father, Dick, 71, died in Oklahoma, following a period of declining health. Shelton's brother, Richie, died in 1990 when Blake was 14 years old. Blake and Lambert wrote about Richie and Lambert's song, Over You. The song was named CMA Song of the Year for 2012. It was also named Single Record and Song of the Year at the 2013 Academy of Country Music Awards. Discography: Blake Shelton, The Dreamer, Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill, Pure BS, Startin Fires, Red River Blue, Cheers, It's Christmas, based on a true story. Television, The Voice. Shelton has been a coach on NBC's The Voice since its inception in 2011. Season 1 runner-up coach as his final team member, Dyer Frampton, won second place of the season. Season 2 winning coach as his final team member, Jermaine Paul, was declared winner of the season. Season 3 winning coach as his team member, Cassidy Pope, was declared winner of the season. Season 4 winning coach as his team member, Danielle Bradbury, was declared winner of the season. Season 5 third place coach as his team member, Cole Vosbury, was eliminated in the semi-finals. Season 6 runner-up coach as his final team member, Jake Worthington, won second place of the season. Awards and nominations: Academy of Country Music Awards, other awards, references. External links: official website, Blake Shelton at the Internet Movie Database.